Hello everybody, it's standard 4th science chapter number 13, the solar system. Before we start the lesson, let's learn some new words or hard words. Okay, so first number, there is planets, orbit, mantle, satellites, Mercury, Jupiter, Buddha, Saturn, universe, Venus, manganese, magnesium, components, shukra, spinning, million, earth, hemisphere, hydrogen, spring, atom, helium, mass, and season. So these are the hard words. Now let's try to understand the more hard words. Stars. What do you mean by stars? Huge ball of gases that give out their own heat and light. This is known as stars. Okay. Satellites. What do you mean by satellites? Small heavenly bodies that revolve around the planet. That is called satellites. Okay. Then rotation. What do you mean by rotation? Spinning of the earth around its own axis. That is known as rotation. Then revolution. What do you mean by revolution? Movement of the earth around the sun, that is called revolution. And equator, what do you mean by equator? An imaginary line that divides the earth into two equal halves, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, that is known as equator. Okay, so these are the hard words. Now let's start the chapter number 13, the solar system. One night, Pinky was playing in the room with her brother Rahul. Meanwhile, she looked through the window. So, meanwhile, when Pinky was playing with her brother, she has looked outside from the window. She saw the moon shining in the sky. It was shining in the sky. The whole sky was full, beautiful with stars. Okay. So, as she has looked outside, she has noticed that the moon is shining as well as some stars are also shining. So very beautiful sky was looking. The shining moon and stars attracted her. Okay, so by the shining of the moon as well as stars, she has attracted. Okay, then she asked Rahul, "Does our sky has only the moon, stars, and sun?" Rahul smiled and said, "Okay." So finally she has smiled, and by seeing these beautiful things, she has just asked to her brother that only the stars, moons as well as only the stars, moon, and the sun is there in our sky. Then Rahul smiled and said, "No, sister. The sky is very vast. Vast means very huge, very big. Okay, so the sky is very big and huge, vast. It has planets, satellites, asteroids, etc." Pinky was surprised. She wanted to know more about the mysterious universe. Okay, so she also wants to know which kind of satellites, which kind of planets, which kind of asteroids are there in the sky. She was excited to understand the whole universe, mysterious universe. Okay, so but Rahul also know only a little about the universe and the solar system. So the next day he went to his science teacher with Pinky. His teacher was happy to tell them about the universe and the solar system. He told them about all the things one by one as follows. So finally, next day, Pinky as well as his brother Rahul both have went to their science teacher. Okay, Rahul's science teacher, and the science teacher has explained all the things one by one. So these are the things: universe, the vast space that we see when we looked up at the sky and everything, it is called universe. Okay, so what do you mean by universe? So the vast space that we see when we look up at the sky, everything in it called the universe. Okay, then it includes all the heavenly bodies like stars, planets, satellites, meteoroids as well as comets. So all the things are included in the universe. Then solar system. What do you mean by solar system? So the 8 planets are there. Their satellites, moons, and other heavenly bodies like comets and asteroids from the solar system. So on a page number 101, you can find or you can see the solar system: the Sun, Mercury, Venus, or Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, as well as Neptune. So all these heavenly bodies are called the solar system. Okay. Now on a page number 102, stars. A star is a huge ball of gases. It gives out its own light and heat. The sun is the nearest star to the earth. Okay, then the stars look small because they are very far from us. Now the sun is a hot ball of glowing gases at the center of our solar system. It is the nearest star to the earth. It has diameter about the 1,392,000 kilometers. Okay, then it is about 1.5 million kilometers away from the earth. Then the sun is made up of hydrogen and helium. Okay, the sun is made up of hydrogen and helium. In the sun, hydrogen changes into helium, and this releases a lot of heat and light energy. This energy is called solar energy. Okay, this energy is called solar energy. What do you mean by solar energy? In the sun, hydrogen changes into the helium and releases a lot of heat and light energy. This energy is called solar energy. Temperature at the surface of the sun is about 5,500 Celsius, and that it at its core at about 15 million Celsius. Without the sun's heat and light energy, there would be no life on the earth. Okay, without the sunlight, there will not be life on the earth. So now next topic is the planets. Planets are heavenly bodies that move in orbit all around the sun. They do not give out heat and light on their own. They appear bright due to the sunlight and that falls on their surface. Okay, so they don't have the light, but the sun's light, as the sunlight has fallen on them, they are visible. Then there are total 8 planets in our solar system that revolves around the sun. Okay, so there are total 8 planets which they are around, means moving around the sun. Then our earth is one of them. So our earth is also one of them. Now planets in our solar system: Mercury, its Indian name is Buddha. Okay, then it takes time. How much takes time? 88 days it takes time for one revolution. And description, what is the description of it? Closest to the sun, smallest planet. Okay, our Mercury is the smallest planet, as well as it is very closest to the sun. Then Venus, when Venus is called in Indian name Shukra. Okay, its name is Shukra. Then it takes one revolution in 225 days to take a one revolution. And what is the description of it? Hottest and brightest planet. Okay, hottest and brightest planet, called evening and morning star. Okay, then third number, Earth. It is known as its Indian name is Prithvi. Number of satellites, there is one satellite in it. Then take time to one revolution. So it is taking 365 days and 6 hours. Okay, our earth is taking 365 days and 6 hours for one revolution. For taking one revolution, its description is like this: called blue planet, as most of the surface is covered with the water, only planet where life is known to exist. Okay, then fourth number, Mars. Mars name of Indian name, its name is Mangal. Okay, Mangal is called Mars. Then There are total two satellites on it. Then it takes 687 days to take up one revolution, and called red planet because surface has red soil and rocks. The atmosphere mainly contains carbon dioxide. Fifth number, Jupiter. It's Brihaspati. Okay, it's Brihaspati. Its name is Brihaspati in Indian name. It's Jupiter, and there are 67 confirmed and 17 awaiting confirmation. So these are the satellites, number of satellites. Then 12 years it takes to take one revolution. 12 years it takes Jupiter. Okay, then it is the largest planet. Okay, Jupiter is the largest planet, and Saturn, 6 number, Saturn, it's a sunny. Okay, its name, Indian name is Sunny, and 62 53 confirmed and 9 awaiting confirmation. Then it takes 29 years and 6 months for a one revolution. And second largest planet, called planet of ring. Planet of ring. The rings are made up of rocks, particles, and ice. Also called gaseous planet because it is made up of gases. Okay, so that is the Saturn. Now Uranus. Uranus, it is called, its Indian name is Arun. It's take there are 27 satellites. Okay, on it, and it takes one revolution in 84 years. Third largest planet, gaseous planet, has methane gas in the atmosphere, which gives it blue green color. Okay, then 8 number, Neptune, its Indian name is Varun. Okay, and there are 14 confirmed and one is waiting confirmation. Number of satellite. Okay, and it takes one revolution in 165 years. Coldest and farthest planet. Okay, coldest and farthest planet. So here there are total eight planets which we talk about. Now, till August 2006, Pluto was also considered a planet. However, in a meeting of International Astronomical Union (IAU), decision was taken that Pluto is like other crystal object. Crust, Hemispheres may be called dwarf planet or Plutoid. Okay. Now satellite. What do you mean by satellite? They are the small heavenly bodies that revolve around the planet. Some planets have their own satellite. The moon is called a natural satellite of the earth. It has no light on its own. So it shines because of the reflection of the light of the sun. Okay. So here there are some MCQs on page number 103. The nearest star to the earth is, answer is B, sun. Answer is B, sun. Second number, the nearest planet from the sun is, answer is B, Mercury. Answer is B, Mercury. And third number, the hottest planet is, answer is C, Venus. Answer is Venus. So hottest planet is Venus. The nearest planet from the sun, it is Mercury, and the nearest star to the earth, so that is called sun. Okay. Now, Earth is a unique planet. Our Earth is a unique planet. The Earth is the only planet where life exists. Earth's atmosphere and water makes life possible on the Earth. The atmosphere also protects us from the ultraviolet rays of the sun. Its surface has mountains, rivers, valleys, and oceans. It is believed that the Earth was very hot. The earth was very hot during the early part of its formation. It took millions of years to cool down. Okay, so structure of the earth has an egg-like structure. Okay, and its center a yolk of metal called core, which is surrounded by the egg white of soft rocks called mantle, and an outer shell of hard rocks called crust. Now crust, outermost layer of the earth is called crust. Okay, its thickness varies from place to place. Okay, its thickness is various from place to place. The various from 6 to 11 kilometer under oceans, but under the high mountains it is about 70 kilometer thick. Okay, then it is made up of rocks. It contains and oceans. Life exists on the crust. Okay, now mantle. It is the middle layer of the lying between the crust and the core of the earth. It's partially molten layer. Okay, then it is about 2,900 kilometer thick and contain a lot of ore, iron and magnesium. Then core. What do you mean by core? Core forms the center of the earth. It is divided into two parts called outer and inner core. The outer core is about 2,300 kilometer thick. It is made up of molten iron and nickel. Inner core is also made up of iron and nickel. It is about 1,200 kilometer thick, and it is like a solid ball of metal. Okay, now movement of the earth. Rotation. What is the rotation? There are two types of rotation and revolution. So first number, rotation, the spinning of the earth on its own axis, it is known as rotation. Okay, the earth completes one rotation in 24 hours, and this time period is called the solar day. The rotation of the earth causes day and night. Okay, because of the rotation of the earth, seasons has happened as well as day and night also has been happened. Sorry, day and night has happened. Okay, then revolution, the movement of the earth around the sun is called revolution. Okay, the earth takes about 365 days and 6 hours to complete the one revolution. This time period is called solar year. Okay, this time is called solar year. Revolution of the earth causes season. Okay, at a certain time season vary in regions above and below the equator of the earth. So day and night, how day and night occurs. The part of the earth facing the sun receives the sunlight and has day. Okay, and the other half part of the earth that is away from the sunlight does not receive the sunlight, and that is why it is dark, and so that is why it is night. As the earth rotates, different places move near or away from the sunlight. This causes day and night. The earth rotates from the west to east on its axis, so the sun appears, rises in the east and sets in the west. So there are some MCQs. First number, an imaginary line running through the center of the earth from the north pole to the south pole are called, answer is C axis. Okay, second number, rotation of the earth causes, answer is A, day and night. And third number, the time period takes by the earth to complete its one rotation is called solar, answer is A, day. Answer is day. Okay, now how the season happening. Okay, how the seasons are happening. It's the last point of the chapter. The earth revolves around the sun. However, during its revolution, the earth always remains tilted on its axis at an angle of 23.5 Celsius, and as a result, at a certain time of the 1 year, the northern hemisphere is bent. Okay, the northern hemisphere is bent toward the sun, while the southern hemisphere is away from it. At some other time, about 6 months later, the southern hemisphere is bent toward the sun, while the northern hemisphere is away from it. So the hemisphere which is tilted towards the sun gets the direct sun rays So there is a warmer, okay, there is warmer, it has longer days and shorter nights, it has summer, okay. At the same time, the other side, hemisphere that is away from the sun, gets slanting rays, sun rays, so it is cooler, so it has shorter days and longer nights, it has winter, okay. For example, when the summer is in India, in northern hemisphere, Brazil in southern hemisphere has winter. Regions at or near the equator receive the same amount of the sunlight all around the year. So it is like summer, 12 hours of the day and 12 hours of night throughout the year, okay. So autumn comes between summer and winter, while spring comes between winter and summer. Autumn and spring are neither very hot nor very cold, okay. Then thus both revolution and titling of the earth is responsible for change in the season different parts of the earth. So here we have just completed our chapter. In the next video we are going to check out the exercise. Thank you.